Today I'm going to be talking about an easy method to do an upgrade if you've got a cheap guitar, such as this body that I've got here, which is an imported Stratocaster copy, probably from China. It was given to me, and a simple upgrade to do to improve the sound if you're going to mod a guitar like this is to change the tremolo block out. Well, what is a tremolo block? Well, when you have your bridge that facilitates a whammy bar in it, and you were to take it out, inside would be the block that the strings go into and resonate within, and that block has springs attached to it, which then attach to the claw, and that's what allows you to push the whammy bar up and down. Now, normally when you get these cheap imports, they have a zinc alloy block, which looks like this. Now what you'll notice is it's pretty cheap material. The block itself is sort of tapered. It's not a full block, and so because of its size, there's not going to be a lot of resonance in that. I'm going to be changing it out with this block today. This is made of brass, and brass helps with giving you better warmth and sustain apparently. And when you hold these two, you notice how much heavier the brass is. It's got some weight. It's also pretty thick. This is made by GFS. This is Guitarfetish. Now, Guitarfetish sells some pretty cheap stuff, and for that, they're often slammed by purists. But you can pay for a brass block that is sure it's a better quality block, but you're going to be dropping a lot more money, like a Callahan block or something like that. This block was $25. Now, one thing to keep in mind, the original block, the whammy bar for it went in here. This is not going to fit anymore in this particular block. Now it doesn't matter because I'm going to be blocking the tremolo, where I put a piece of wood in, and I'm not going to be using the whammy bar. But if you are going to be using a whammy bar, you might want to get an entire new tremolo system, and you can get one from GFS for $10 more. I didn't bother because I'm just going to sort of keep the plate that's here and maybe upgrade the saddles on this Strat eventually. And in order to do the change, we're going to go about it like this. And here we have our steel block, our steel plate. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our block, and we know which side it's going to go in because there is the spot for the trem. And you've got these 3 holes, and they've got to match up with these. So first we're going to take these screws out. And they should match up. I hope so. Be sure you get the right size for it. And booyah, they sure do. And that's it. I've got my new brass block trem. So here's a comparison of the final product. This is an older cheap bridge that's from a different guitar, and you can see the zinc alloy tapered block versus the brass full block. Now what you can see is that the block doesn't go in. It's too big for this cavity, so I'm gonna have to take a file and sand out that. Okay, so I've sanded out the area in question, and now the block fits nicely into place. And there you have it. After some sanding out of the front part to make space for the block, which fits back in, modified block, that's what it's going to look like from behind. Once you've got the block in, as you can see here, and this is what's going to be blocked in, so too many uses of the word block. Just going to put the springs back on, loosen these screws of the claw. And tighten these screws up, and you're ready to rock. Hope that was helpful for you. Take care.